What does it mean to be a Latinista? And how does one become one? Well, the answers to those questions and many more will be answered by the end of today's video. So on Amazon, I was finally able to order the Latinistas collection doll of Dani, aka the light-skinned mestiza from the collection. And I have been really searching everywhere for this girl. I really wanted to get this particular one because she's the one that looks the most like myself. And for some reason, all of the retail chains like Target and Walmart, they've been getting every single other doll from the collection except for her. And I'm not sure why that is. I claim colorism. I'm just joking. But I don't know why, but she is currently an online exclusive product. So if you're looking for this particular Latinistas doll, you're going to have to order her. So the Latinistas collection released earlier this year by Purpose Toys Latin, the Latino division of Purpose Toys. And I thought because it was Hispanic Heritage Month, what better time to review this collection than now? I never did get around to making a video dedicated to the Naturalistas collection whenever they first released. I was originally going to, but other things took priority at that time, I believe. But the Naturalistas collection of dolls is a really cool Barbie alternative that also released early this year, late last year, I believe. And I think they're really beautiful dolls. And they also came out with this collection, which, the Naturalistas collection is a mono-race doll line where all the dolls are black. And this is another doll line by them where all the dolls are Latino, or they're all mixed in some way. And I think that's pretty cool. There hasn't ever really been another fashion doll line that I know of where it's just Latino characters. I think that's a really cool idea. And I know that Mattel, once upon a time, back whenever Lily Martinez was working for them, they were going to do a collection called, I think it was called Latinas, and they were going to be sort of a Mycene successor where they were basically all Latino dolls like what this is, but that never came to light. I mean, I guess it would be kind of weird for me not to make a video on this collection. And I've briefly talked about this in the past, but I'm personally team just let all fashion dolls be a blank slate that kids or whoever buys the dolls can project onto and create their own backstories for. That's why, like, any single one of the Barbie fashionistas that Mattel comes out with, any of them can be Latino if you want them to be. I think that's the great part about having ambiguous dolls. But it's also great to have dolls that are like characters that are confirmed to be a certain ethnicity or race. I think that they can both coexist, and it's best if they both coexist. So each one of these dolls have their own individual backstory, and I will go ahead and read Dani's to you right now. So the back of her box says, "I'm Dani from bright and bustling Texas. Dani is an aspiring author and straight A student enrolled in one of the top journalism programs in the world. Known for being an awesome storyteller, Dani runs a popular social media channel where she shares beautiful stories centered around family and her amazing culture. Dani uses her large platform to celebrate the work of other writers and storytellers in her community. When Dani is not studying or running her channel, she enjoys educating children on the importance of cultural literature. Dani believes our foundation is always cause for celebration." Her motto is, "Las mejores historias vienen del corazón." The best stories come from the heart, which is very beautiful. Though I will say that my main critique of this collection is that, see, the back of the box, the backstories of these Latino characters never once clarifies which specific Latin American country these characters get their Latin American blood from. And I think that that is my main critique with this collection, because as a Latino or a Chicano, which is what all these dolls are, these are all US citizens. Not a single one of these characters, it says, was actually like born and raised in Latin America. These are all Chicanos. But even for Chicanos growing up in the United States, your nationality is a very important part of your identity. And that's one thing that I would change later on for them, is that if the back of the box sort of clarified, oh, this character is from Guatemala, or they're from Colombia, or they're from Mexico, or they're from Honduras, wherever these characters get there. Like, I see she's from Texas, so that makes me assume she's from Mexico because it's right on the border of Texas. This is like a Tex-Mex doll. But I just kind of, I think it's really important because, like, whenever you're first getting to know a Latino in the United States, you ask them what they are, because a lot of times, let's be honest, people mix up Latinos with Arabs or South Asians that are also sort of like mixed race people. You ask them what they are, like where's their heritage from, and unless they're really involved in online race politics, they're probably not going to say, "Oh, I'm mestizo." And a lot of Americans who know nothing about Latin American history won't even know what that means. So they'll usually be like, "Oh, I'm Mexican, I'm Honduran, I'm Guatemalan, I'm Salvadorian, I don't know." Or they just say that they're Latino or Hispanic. But because of like the online race wars that have been happening, where people are like, actually, Latino isn't an official racial category in the United States, so what are you? Like, what's your race? Like, oh, what's that? You have a lighter skin tone for a Latino? That means that you just default to Caucasian. Get over there with the Italians, because you know skin tone and racial identity are the same thing, right? It's really ironic, and it happens every single time without fail. But the people that you see on the internet that are so anti-racism will oftentimes be the most racist without even knowing it. So yeah, that's really the only thing that I would change about the description on the packaging about these dolls, is to clarify where they get their Latino blood from. I mean, I'm just assuming that these dolls are all mestizos. I mean, whenever somebody tells you that they're a Latino, that's a really safe assumption to make. But I don't know for sure. Because, I mean, you can be Latino and not be mixed if your ancestors immigrated to Latin America post colonization, to where you have absolutely zero Mesoamerican DNA in you. But I don't know. It doesn't say anything about that on these dolls. And I just feel like if the doll line is going to be focusing on Latin American heritage in these characters, things like that would be important to talk about in these dolls' backstories. Especially characters like this that really wear their heritage on their sleeve. It just makes the most sense to me. This packaging is really easy to open. I like that. I like it when doll packaging is easy to open, given the target audience for these dolls. They're definitely meant for younger children. And yeah, I guess you could make the argument like, oh, well, it says they're Latino, so, people can just decide where they want them to be from in that sense. Like, they could be doing that on purpose. I just feel like it would be better, like it'd be doing a better service to Latino people to be like, I can identify with that doll better because she's the same nationality as me. I feel like that would be better personally. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. If you like that they keep it sort of ambiguous, that's fine. That's fine. Just my opinion. But I have got her out of the packaging, and this is actually my first Purpose Toys doll that I've ever unboxed. So this is a monumentous occasion. Let me see if I can get her shoes out of here too. I will say one thing about these dolls that I'm not the biggest fan of is the foot size, because that means that they can't share shoes with Barbie. They are more realistically proportioned like Barbie is, and they have bigger feet that honestly probably support their weight better than what Barbie's feet does. I just, because like thinking about like clothing donors, they made a lot of really cool shoe sculpts in this collection, and I'm just not going to be able to use them on my Barbie dolls, unfortunately, because of the difference in foot size. But their clothes fit Barbie, so if I ever see one that I want to use as a fashion pack, I can definitely do that. So here is Latinista's Dani straight out of her packaging, and you can see her beautiful face sculpt and the beautiful facial screening that they gave to her. I believe that all of these characters have a unique facial screening, but I don't believe that they have unique face sculpts. I believe there's just one face sculpt that they use for the Latinistas collection. And like I said, I haven't opened any of the Naturalistas dolls, so I couldn't tell you if it's the same one from the Naturalistas line. Though I think that the Naturalistas have wider noses than the Latinistas. I think that that is the case. But I do really love this one face sculpt that they have made for this line. I love how she has the fuller lips like most Latinos have. I used to be super insecure about how full my lips are. You can see they're kind of chapped right now, unfortunately. They've been getting really dry lately. If I don't put chapstick on first thing in the morning, my lips just dry out so fast. But I used to be so insecure about my bigger lips, and I can't help but find it funny because you see so many white gay men getting lip filler now because they don't have lips. It's just funny how time changes things. Like the people who I grew up with that would have made fun of me for having fuller lips are now wanting to go get fuller lips from themselves. It's weird how that works, you know? And also she does have those sort of hooded eyes that make her eye shape look like she almost has like an almond eye shape that a lot of Latinos have. Hooded eyes, it's another thing that we have. And she also has pretty distinct cheekbones. I'm not sure if my camera will be able to pick that up. The shadows that are casted from her cheekbones are actually pretty harsh. I will say I kind of wish her eyebrows were a little thicker. I bet this girl plucks her brows though. I bet she does. She goes and gets them threaded or waxed. But I do love her makeup. Her really beautiful neutral makeup. It's very in season. This is a very fall makeup look. Love this lipstick shade, and this warm brown eyeshadow is also very beautiful. I would have liked for her eyes to also be a little darker, like almost black eyes. I feel like would have been better. And as far as her hair, she comes with this dark brown hair. I believe this is nylon. I don't feel this hair texture often because Mattel doesn't use nylon. MGA uses nylon, but Mattel doesn't. I believe that they have nylon hair. It's one of the best hair quality types. I think I prefer saran but nylon comes in a lot more unique colors than saran does. So I don't mind it. She sort of has a middle part, but these two strands are pulled back and uh, put in a rubber band to sort of keep it out of her face. I like that hairstyle. She also wears some very cute silver heart earrings that have the Latinistas logo on it. And one thing I will say that I don't particularly like, and it's just a personal preference of mine, is I don't really like the brand horror aesthetic. You know what I mean by that. Rainbow High does it, BMR 1959 did it, and the Naturalistas and the Latinistas are doing it now where it's just everything is branded. It's like it's so cheap looking to me. It's so cheesy, like, and it's not even old enough to be camp yet. It's like, whenever people used to wear like the Supreme logo on their shirt, it's just a blank shirt, but it's got like a brand logo on it. I don't like it. So some of these clothing pieces, I think I would have done without the logo on it personally. But I feel like if you were to use some acetone, you could probably get this logo off of her shirt and have it just be a plain purple shirt. But talking a little bit more about her outfit, she does have a really well constructed outfit. So she comes with this long sleeved cropped shirt made out of a very soft material. It's hemmed on all the edges, like around the neck and the wrists, and the bottom is hemmed, and the back of it has Velcro. Very well constructed piece. And she also has a I tried keeping the purse on her, but you see it just fell off. But she also comes with this pleated skirt, and the pleated skirt also has a Velcro around the back. I actually don't mind the Latinistas logo when it's just the L with a little heart on it. I think that looks cuter. And as far as accessories go, she comes with these like nude colored gladiator boots almost. They have these little straps. These are very Latina coded boots. And she also comes with her purse that, let me try to get it off of the ground. So she comes with just this little purse. Nothing too interesting about that. But the bodies for these dolls, yeah, I don't like the feet being bigger. I wish I could share the shoes with Barbie. It's a different doll line, and as much as I would like for every single doll line to take Barbie proportions into consideration when making their clothes in order for the dolls to be backwards compatible, that's just not the case, and it's never going to be the case. But I would like to see a little bit more articulation on these dolls. That would be nice. Yeah, they just have the basic 5 points of articulation, with articulation in the neck, in the shoulder, and in the hips. I mean, that's really all that they have. But these doll heads will very easily rebody on made to move bodies, which a lot of people have already done. So if you wanted to give them the superior made to move articulation, you can definitely do that. I don't know where Naturalistas is wanting to go with this. I would like to, somewhere down the line, see more like collector quality dolls from this brand. That would be really, really, really cool to see. Because I just want more doll lines on the market that have more realistic proportions like this, because this is just what I like personally. And I like what they got going on here. I just want to see more, like just more detail and variations in the clothes and paint on accessories, things like that. But this is a newer fashion doll line that is geared to children, so I don't expect that immediately. But maybe somewhere down the line that will happen. Who knows? I want this line to last for a long time because I think they are very beautiful dolls, And even though I don't buy every single one of them, I am hoping for their success. So that was basically all I had to say about the Latinistas doll of Danny. She is very beautiful, and I'm very happy to finally add her to my collection. I'm so happy that they chose not to use the UV resin pixelation on these dolls' faces as well. That's something that I didn't mention. They have very, very clean face paint. Hopefully that doesn't change. I hope I didn't just jinx it. But if you all like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help me out in the algorithm, just to support my channel, and I'll see you all next one. Thank you so much. Bye.